So guys, welcome back to my channel. On this episode of my Monday Motivation, I'm going to share an experience that changed my perspective on being selfless and how it taught me a little bit more about empathy and compassion. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm about to share that experience with you. So this experience happened about 3 years ago when I took a trip to Mexico with a few friends. Now towards the end of the trip, we came across a church. Now we went inside the church. At that point I was religious. We prayed, we went through what was mass in another country, and then we came outside. And outside there were a whole lot of souvenir shops. And I had about just $100 left in my budget. So naturally I wanted to get a souvenir to bring back from that trip. But exploring around, there was an elderly gentleman sitting down on the front steps of the church. Naturally I was a little bit intrigued by the fact that he was hiding his face and that he was sitting on these stairs. Now every time a person would come by, they would give him what would be either food or cash, and he would accept it, but he would never look them in the eye. He would never even lift up his face. He would shamefully put a hand over what I believe to be the right side of his face, and he would turn away. Now in my mind, I was kind of intrigued now by the fact of who this man was and what was his story, why was he sitting there. And I could not come to terms with actually buying a souvenir at that point, because to me he might be in trouble or in need, and he might need something more than I do. So I grabbed the last 100 or the last 250 actually I had in my pocket. I wrapped them up and covered it with a dollar bill because I didn't want anybody to see that he was about to receive two big bills. So I disguised it with a dollar bill, and I approached the man, and with a little bit of hesitation, naturally, I gave that money to him. Now I didn't film it or take pictures of anything of the sort, because this connection was between him and I think it was mostly appropriate not to film him, because if he's hiding his face, it's for a reason, it's for personal reasons. So as I gave him this bill, he took a look, and he did see what was inside that $1 bill from a glance. And he took his hand off his face and stared me right in the eye. And to my surprise, the only thing I saw was a man who half his face was consumed by cancerous tumors. And beyond unrecognizable, that half of his face was completely gone. It was consumed, and all I saw was the left side of his face produce tears, because nobody has ever given him the amount of money that he had just received. And I didn't even ask what he was going to use it for, or didn't even wonder what. All I knew is that this man needed it more than I did. That whatever he was going to use it for, whether it's medication or food or another day of survival or another few days of survival, was more important than the souvenir I was going to bring home. So that experience made me reflect on a saying that I just picked up from my brother's company, and I'll share it with you. And that saying is, you can change 2 lives with 1 act of compassion. So in hard times, it's best to be compassionate and empathetic with each other, because we don't know who or what is going through a tough time, or who is really down in the trenches and is looking for some sort of empathy, some sort of act of compassion. Or a random act of compassion can actually be a life-changing moment for somebody else. So guys, I encourage you to at least perform 1 random act of compassion, and be it not for yourself, but be it plainly just to provide a change or to show somebody that humanity still has some compassion left inside. So thank you guys for watching this video and allowing me to share this experience with you. So I'll be releasing these Monday motivations every single Monday. This is episode number 2. Thank you guys for joining in. Make sure if you did like the story, make sure you hit the like button. And if you do want to leave a comment on any random acts of kindness you've done, I surely love to read those. And I think it's very encouraging that you do share them with the world and the platform that I have now. And subscribe to my channel for more Monday motivations every single Monday, where I either share an experience or a thought on motivating you guys to continue succeeding and continuing self-improvement. Thank you guys. Tony's out. Peace.